Hi everyone, it's Grace from Grace Gets Gastric, and I am here with my week 3 post-op VSG update. So I'll just go ahead and jump right into the stats. Like I said, my name is Grace. I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG surgery on January 2nd, 2018. My highest weight recorded was 354 pounds, and that was in May of 2017. My starting weight, so my weight day of surgery, was 319 pounds. Last week I came at you with a weight of 305.4, and this week I weighed in this morning at 296.5. So that is a weekly loss of 8.9 pounds, a loss in surgery of 22.5 pounds, and a loss since my highest weight of 57.5 pounds. So that is another really great loss. I'm really excited about it. This first week, the first month, I was kind of expecting that I'd have, a lot of pounds lost just because what I've seen from everyone else that first month's where you lose the most amount of weight. But this is my third week, going in my third week. So I wasn't sure if I would stall out. Maybe I'll hit a bit of a little mini stall from this week to next. But either way, I'm really happy with the weight that I'm losing. So 8.9 pounds is awesome. And my weight, I don't know if you caught that, but it's 296.5. So that is below 300 pounds. If you watched my weight loss goals video, you know that was my first milestone, to drop below 300 pounds. I don't remember the last time that I was below 200 pounds, below 300 pounds. Certainly not in my adult life. I definitely was in the 200s in high school. But the first time after I graduated high school, since that I actually weighed myself, I was 330. And I always kind of before I hit that 330, I'd always sort of been I'm around 300. So seeing that 200, the 2 was super trippy and very exciting. So I mentioned in that goal video as well, as I hit my milestones, I'm going to be getting myself little rewards, to congratulate myself and stay motivated. So I think for this one, I'm going to get a facial, like a professional facial, since I've only done that once before and it was delightful. And my skin, when it's winter, my skin kind of gets, I have combination skin, so it just doesn't love the winter and the dryness. So I think that will be a nice thing to do for myself. So I'm going to try to schedule that sometime this week. I'll call the place I went to last time. So yeah, I'm excited, doing great, chugging along. Sorry, this is probably going to be another long video because just a lot's happened in this past week. It's crazy. It feels like it's been so much longer than a week since I last recorded, just because there's so much going on. So I'm sorry, another long video. I'm sure as I get farther and farther out, I know because I've seen other people's videos, right? Once you get farther out, you're kind of just chugging along. But right after surgery, this is when all the new things are happening, right? Just craziness. So craziness is still happening. So the first thing, let's see, last time I came at you, I had just come back from my 2-week post-op appointment, and I had my diet advancement class. So I had my first meal of cottage cheese, which was wonderful. I've been, eating since then. So I've had eggs and cheese, or not eggs, as in I've had an egg more than once, but I can't eat more than one egg. I can eat a full egg though. My program wants me eating, 2 to 3 ounces of food at a sitting, and every 2 to 3 hours. I have not had any issues doing that. No restriction issues. I'm eating slow. I'm chewing thoroughly. I'm taking very small bites. No discomfort, nothing like that. I know a lot of other people seem to be eating a lot less. And then the people who eat less seem very concerned if you can eat more than they could at that point, which then makes me concerned. But, I'm following what my dietitians and my program says. I haven't had any issues, so I'm kind of doing 2 to 3 ounces depending on on how I'm feeling, and that's been working for me so far. But yes, I've had eggs, cheese. I made that cracked chicken that I'm sure everyone on the internet has seen. I might post today on Instagram the recipe that I used, and it was delicious, and it was working really nicely in the soft food stage. It was moist chicken, and then just with the cream cheese and stuff, it makes it palatable. I made this cauliflower, cheesy cauliflower mash, which is sort of like I'm definitely going to make it. It's delicious. And I also have the recipe that I used on Instagram. I posted it on Instagram a week ago or something. But it's totally a great option for holidays, if for a mashed potato alternative. It's really good. I've had some deli ham, some string cheese. I've had no issues with anything that I've eaten, so nothing's made me feel sick or uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh, I've had Greek yogurt, but I was having Greek yogurt before. Yeah, just really like no issues so far, which is great. Definitely, like, eating small amounts. I'm excited to try new recipes and do new things. That is one thing, I knew that I was going to be eating a small amount of food, right? I don't think I just really contemplated just how small that was, or just like how many servings I'd be able to get out of things. So I made a half recipe of the cracked chicken, with a pound of meat of chicken. And I'm like, shoot, because I was like, if I've got 16 ounces of chicken and I divide that by 2, even if I was just doing 2 ounces, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 servings. But then I didn't really contemplate, okay, well, how much is the cream cheese going to add? And how much is, ounce wise, weight wise, how much is the ranch pack? And it seems like it's not going to add much, but it adds more than you think. And so then I had like 12 or something servings. And I'm eating one of them a day. So just, an adjustment, and it's kind of fun. But I also think I need to buy more small containers. I have a ton of Tupperware because love Tupperware. Who doesn't? And I just have a lot of big ones. And I have some small-ish ones, but I think not as many as I'm just going to need going forward. So that's something on my list. But I just, when you live in a small apartment, space is a real issue. So I've got all of my stuff, my protein powders don't fit in my cabinet, so they're on the counter. And then my roommate just got some teeth pulled, and so she's on she's also on a puree diet right now. So it's just funny that we're kind of on similar textures, but she's eating applesauce and those baby foods and mashed potatoes, and I'm not. But she bought a bunch of stuff to prepare for that, so it's just we just don't have room for all of our food anymore. One of the things I miss about living in a house like I had when I was growing up, but that's what I get for moving to the city, where it is impossible to live. Anyways, I digress. Food's been going great. I've been liking it. I've got another 2 weeks of the soft foods before I can just basically move on to anything I want. I think it's going well. You might be able to tell by my voice. It's actually, today it's gotten a lot better than it has been in the past, but I got sick, which has sucked. And it's really not fun when you're 2.5 weeks out from surgery, and then you get hit with a cold from hell. And I'm messaging my surgeon's office being like, this is probably just a regular cold, but now I'm paranoid that I'm dying. So can you make sure I'm okay? And she's like, yeah, it sounds like just the cold that's been going around. But I've been super congested and just pounding headache. My throat's been sore. I've been I haven't been officially feverish, as in I've taken my temperature and it's said I'm normal, but I feel kind of feverish. I've been kind of getting chills a little bit. My nose has just been running like a faucet, which maybe is why I lost so much weight, because I was just blowing it all out. So that's been an experience. Today is, so I started feeling kind of bad on Thursday-ish, I think. Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday was brutal. So it was Sunday, so it was yesterday, and then today. So I was actually supposed to go back to work on Monday, yesterday. I did not. I'm taking today off as well, and then I think I'll be good enough to go home tomorrow. This is the first day like that I'm starting to feel better, but I'm still just not 100%. And I don't want to like just infect my whole office, and I don't want to go back my first day and be just, because I'm still a little bit out of it. But yeah, cold has not been fun. It's really not fun when I'm like trying to like Google, you know, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to take all kind, you know, certain like things like the NSAIDs after surgery. But I didn't think I was gonna have to worry about it quite so soon. So I'm just like trying to Google to make sure that everything, is okay. Like, what can I take? Like, you know, for the congestion, I mean, it was like really bad. I could like barely, like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't taste anything. But I was able to sort that out. I, you know, just took Tylenol. I took some Sudafed, and then I used like some Afrin or, there's the other Flonase sprays. I use those. They're not great to use. Like they say don't use them like more than 3 days in a row. I would use them a lot like right before bed, because I was just like, I was so congested that I couldn't breathe very well. Like, and I couldn't fall asleep because of it. So yeah, that was fun. It sucked because I haven't been walking for like the past 5 days. I'm like, my energy level is like negative. So that's shitty, because I've been kind of like, I'm mentally like so stir crazy. Like I just want to like go out and do shit. But physically I'm like, I'm going to curl up in bed and read books. I did read like 3 books yesterday, which is nice because, I love to read. But yeah, so that has not been, fun. Also, I've got this like liquid Tylenol. My body hates it. It's vile. I mean, it tastes gross. I can't chug it right? Like I can't take it like a shot. And my stomach, like, so the first time I took it was like the day after surgery. Because I was like, oh, that'll be better than a pill. My stomach immediately was like, it's not better than a pill, and it threw it up. So then I tried to take it again, and I was able to just barely get it down. I think this must have sugar in it. I mean, it doesn't say sugar-free. I was looking at the store for a sugar-free version and couldn't find it. And of course, it tells me how much sodium's in it, but not how many carbs. Dicks. Oh, I should probably edit that out. Sorry. I don't have the best language. Sorry, YouTube. You guys are all adults, right? Anyways, did you guys use liquid Tylenol, or do you just take the pills? If you do take liquid Tylenol, do you have like a magical sugar-free version, or do you guys just tolerate it? Because I don't. And I have this whole thing now, which is whatever. I do have the pills, but like I'm running low on the pills, so I'm gonna have to pick up more pain stuff when I feel good enough to leave the house. So yeah, I was gonna look so cute for this video and be like, yay, 3 weeks, but then I was like, nope, I'm wearing my Batman sleep shirt and looking like this. I'm sorry, I keep going on tangents. But yeah, sick. And I also, in addition to not exercising, I wasn't really eating much either. Like I was mostly I mostly went back to the liquid diet. I was eating like 1 or 2 things a day, like a string cheese and like some cottage cheese or some yogurt or an egg maybe. But I just wasn't physically hungry. I'm still not physically hungry at all. And my head hunger wasn't there either. I just didn't want to eat. And I was struggling to get liquids in. I think mostly because I just wanted to like lie in bed. And when I'm lying down, like it's hard to remember to constantly drink water. You know, I'm like, that's not good. My stomach doesn't like me drinking things like while I'm lying down right now. So yesterday I made myself sit up in bed, and I was like, had my little pillows like prop me up, and then I had like my book, my Kindle, and then like my bottle of water in my hand, and like would force myself, like I'd read a page and like take a sip. So that actually worked pretty well yesterday. But like hydration's so much more important when you're sick. So that was what I was focusing on. And I'm feeling better today, so I think I'm going to try to eat more today. Because, you know, I do want to transition into eating more. Speaking of, I'm going to have my protein coffee, my proffee, as people say. I don't know why we have to abbreviate it, but That's my other thing. I'm drinking with a straw now. I not mostly I'm not, because my water bottle is a strawless one. But I started drinking with a straw on occasion. After my this past week, just to try it out. And it's been working fine. I don't because I'm cognizant. I'm not just like totally chugging with it. But I actually feel like it helps sometimes with the air. Sometimes when I'm sipping, I do feel like I get more air and I like need to burp. So yeah, no issues with straws. Use at your own risk. People have talked about it. Some people have worse problems with straws. Some people have better problems with straws. I waited a little bit. And it's totally fine for me. In addition to my sickness, I also got my period. So I got it like the same day I got sick. So I had cramps, my sickness, recovering from surgery. It was the trifecta of wonderfulness over here. I'm not going to call it Shark Week, by the way, because not to be like, offensive or like, like I don't care when other people do it. I was kind of an idiot, and like my family's really into like actual Discovery Channel and Shark Week. So I just thought like at first everyone was real into Shark Week, because I was watching them after people had posted, right? So I was like, oh, this is Shark Week. And then it took me a while. I'm like, this can't be, Shark Week's only once a year. And I'm actually quite smart. So that's embarrassing to admit. I was like, everyone in the weight loss surgery community, like, what is it about Shark Week? Like, it's like America. But I'm not like someone who needs to use euphemisms. I know there are men watching my channel. Hello. If you can't handle talking about a period, then you need to grow up a little bit. Sorry. This is just a female bodily function, and I'm going to talk about it briefly. I've had no issues with it. Like it was like a normal period, like 3 days, 2.5 days, nothing out of the ordinary, basically. I was kind of prepared for it to be like a massacre, like everyone was like, you go crazy and it'll last for weeks. And I am not, discounting that might happen in the future. Maybe because it happened so soon. It hadn't built up enough steam to really like devastate me. But I was pleasantly surprised at how normal it was. It wasn't an issue. It just, sucked because I was also sick, and then, dealing with everything. So yes, sickness, blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I had my first non-scale victory, my NSV. There might be other ones that I'm just like not noticing, but these pants, the pants I'm actually wearing right now, they're like lounge pants. I've had them for years and years and years, and they've got a little bit of give on them, but like unlike a lot of elastic pants, there is kind of like a harder band, and so they're like a little bit more sturdy than like sleep pants. Like they're really more like lounge pants, but they're like loose. Anyways, they have like most of them, they have like a little drawstring thing, and I've never had to like use it, right? They've always been like a little bit snug, so like they've been fine, but like to the point where there have been times in the past where like I wasn't comfortable sleeping in them because I felt like they were too restricting, because I move a lot when I sleep. So sometimes like I wouldn't even sleep in them because they were too whatever. Anyways, last night I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and like I almost died. I almost fell over on my face because they like just fell off. So I was like, I'm half asleep and they're not tied, and I'm like walking to the bathroom and they just like slip off my body. So I'm almost tripped and fell on my face. It was not fun, but they're loose enough now where like I actually have to keep them tied. I've never had to tie like any pants in my life, but these ones especially, like there have been times where they like barely fit, and I remember that they barely fit, and it's so crazy to me that they're like falling off of me, especially because like I don't really see much of a difference. It's been pretty gradual, right? I've lost since my high weight in April, May. I kind of use those interchangeably because I can't remember which one it was. But I've lost almost 60 pounds. And like, that's not a small amount, but I don't really see it. You don't really see that when it's been over you know, 20 of those pounds were in the last month. I don't really see that either. But, you know, anyways, it's cool to see those things happen, because when you're kind of like living with yourself day to day, you guys all know this. I mean, like, I've seen you guys talk about it. How you don't always like see those differences. It's just cool to like, I mean, that's part of why I like those NSVs, that kind of proof, beyond the scale that I'm losing weight. It's exciting. Yeah, I can't believe it's only been 3 weeks. It feels like it's been so much longer. I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm sick. I told you that, right? So I'm still a little bit like, ooh. I feel like I had more to talk about. But you know what? It's already 21 minutes. I'm so sorry, you guys. But let's see. And I also said I was going to stop saying, you know, my parents, my dad always gave me such shit for that growing up. That and saying like. And now it's come back to haunt me. I hate when parents are right. So let's see. Oh, future videos. So, God damn it. I plan to do more videos. I wanted to do a video this last week because I was like, I'll be home. And then I felt like not great. So I did not. And it's going to be harder for me to make videos. I think, well, we'll see. I'm going to have work, and my main concern is the light. I haven't yet made a video when it's dark out. It's kind of overcast right now, so the lighting isn't amazing, but I usually like use some of this natural light, because otherwise you see those lights right there. I think I made like maybe my second video with that on, and it kind of had like a glare. I didn't like it. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes once I start work. But I do want to make a video. I might make one on my like soft foods diet, kind of like what my requirements are and what I've been doing. Just for me, I think mostly, because you know, you're going to follow whatever your surgeon's plan is. And then I also been wanting to make a video. I've got a lot of different kind of thoughts that have been floating around in my head, that I think I kind of want to document how I feel about it now. But yeah, okay, this is so long. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to cut some of this out. But thank you guys again so much for watching. I've got some new followers. I've been following some more of you. It's been great. I love watching these videos. I love like participating in this community, and I really so appreciate everyone who likes my videos and subscribes and leaves me comments, and we can interact. It's really nice to have that support. So, as always, my Instagram and my Fitness Pal information are linked below if you want to friend me there. I also put all of my stats in the description box as well, for anyone who's curious. I mean, I mention them in my videos, but I don't always talk about everything. So, thank you guys for watching this monstrously long video. I love you guys. Have a good one.